Top Notch family, what is going on? So, in today's video, we are going to be talking about why the Golden State Warriors are the best team in the NBA, even over the defending champs, the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now, before we do start today's video, if you guys enjoy NBA content, we do upload every single day. Our goal this year is to upload for 365 days, and I couldn't do without you guys. So I just want to say I appreciate y'all, I love y'all. Continue to keep liking, sharing, subscribing, and let's get back in today's video. So the Golden State Warriors have started the season 2-0, and I learned a lot from this team so far against the Los Angeles Lakers and last night against the Denver Nuggets. Now let's start off with the first game of the season against the Lakers. So the Golden State Warriors won this game 119-109, and Steph Curry necessarily didn't have his best game. He still put up 23 points, but this is what makes a team so good. They finally got that second star player, and that's Jimmy Butler, right? Jimmy Butler had 31 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. He went 50% from the three-point line, 50% from the field, but what caught my attention the most is that he was super aggressive. I mean, going 16 for 16 at the free throw line is just absolutely amazing, right? So even if Curry has a bad game, you have players stepping up. Another thing that caught my attention and has made this team a little bit more dangerous is that Jonathan Kuminga is playing his role, and you could tell that he got better this offseason. The whole thing with Kuminga leaving and Kerr not liking him, that's past, right? The season's here. He's a starter, and he's bought in. 17 points, 9 rebounds, and 6 assists. 6 for 11, 4 for 6 at the three-point line is just great for this team, right? And I'm not even worried about the scoring. But the other things that I'm more worried about and more impressed about is that 9 rebounds and 6 assists in his three-point shooting. He's not a great three-point shooter. For his career, he's shooting 33.5% from the three-point line, which necessarily isn't the greatest. And so his playmaking ability has gotten better, which they desperately needed. Getting on the boards has gotten better, obviously averaging 9. And this team is pretty small, so they need everybody to crash to get a rebound. And so those are the things that are catching my attention the most. And then obviously you have your players in Draymond Green, which I feel like he doesn't get a lot of respect, but he just does a lot of dirty work, a great defender, gets Steph Curry open, gets all the other players open, a good playmaker, almost put up a triple-double the first game of the season, given 8, 7, and 9. Their starting lineup is pretty darn good. The only thing is Pods, I feel like he just hasn't fit in just yet. And that's going to take time because when you have 3 dominant players in Butler and Curry and then obviously add Kuminga, those are ball-dominant players. Pods is kind of left out. But trust and believe, they have a lot of faith in Pods. They think he's going to be the next guy when Steph Curry retires. So a great starting lineup. And then when we look at their depth, you have a NBA champion coming off your bench in Al Horford who spaces out the floor, who just brings so much to this team. Defensively, he's good at the age that he's at. He can switch 1 through 5. I mean, this is just a good addition to this team, and I said this when he got signed. Didn't have his best game, but still 5 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist. You can have different looks out there, different lineups, where you can have Draymond at the 4, Horford at the 5, Jimmy, Kuminga, and Curry. I mean, that's one of the best closing lineups in the NBA. Not only that, you have Buddy Hield, which necessarily didn't have the best season last year, but this year started off the season very strong. He had 17 points, made 5 3-pointers, and if he can constantly knock down his shots, that's going to be amazing. And then you got players like Gary Payton, who just plays their role. The numbers never stick out, but having 6 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist in 12 minutes of action, or he can switch 1 through 4 defensively, hit the corner 3, get an easy baseline dunk. He does a lot of little things to help this team win. So they have the depth, they have the 1-2 punch, and also they're one of the best third quarter teams in the NBA so far. And if you guys think I'm making it up, the first game of the season against the Los Angeles Lakers, they outscored them 10 in that third quarter, and it was way more. This is what pretty much closed the game. That third quarter where the Warriors won championships. They were dominant in the third quarter, and we're seeing that once again. And not only did it happen in this game, and trust me, we're going to talk about that Denver game, but this is just a good start for this team. And just look at the Lakers stats compared to the Golden State Warriors stats, right? They outshot them pretty much by 20%. They shot 43% from the three-point line and 90% from the free throw line compared to the Lakers where they shot 25% and 61%. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say, well, this is just the Lakers. Yes, no matter what, if the Lakers had LeBron or no LeBron, the Lakers are always going to be a tough matchup. They have one of the best players in the league. And like I said, it was close throughout until the Golden State Warriors came out of halftime and dominated them. It's simple as that. That's what makes a good team. They can be able to close and start halves and dominate you. Simple. And then we go into last night's game against the Denver Nuggets, who had one of the best off seasons in the Western Conference, adding players like Bruce Brown, Cam Johnson, Jonas Valanciunas, Tim Hardaway Jr. to already a good core. Amazing core, having Jokic, Gordon, Jamal Murray. And don't forget, Aaron Gordon had a 50 bomb, but it didn't matter. This Golden State Warriors team was composed. They finished the game and started the season 2-0. Now, Steph Curry had 42 points, 7 assists, 6 rebounds, and 6 threes. He outplayed the best player in the world in Nikola Jokic. Nikola Jokic struggled this game. And yes, there were open shots, but at the end of the day, he still missed them, and just shows you that the defense matters, right? Draymond Green probably got in his head. That's what Draymond Green does. He gets in players' heads. He frustrates them, right? He contests a lot of shots. He does a lot of things to get you out, not playing your best basketball, right? And just putting up 137 points and allowing 131, I understand. But at the end of the day, the win-loss column matters, and they got the W, right? So when you look at this, Steph Curry had one of his best games, had 42 points and 6 rebounds and 7 assists. And efficient-wise, Jimmy Butler didn't play the best, right? But that just shows you that they have the talent, right? If Steph Curry, the first game against Lakers, didn't play his best, but Jimmy Butler stepped up. This game, Curry had his best game. Jimmy Butler didn't have the best game, but they still find ways to win. And once again, if you look at the numbers, Kuminga, 14, 5, and 3. The little things matter to me. The rebounds, the assists. Obviously, the scoring is going to come and they're going to need it, but he's buying into row, and that's the most important part. Once again, Pod still feels a little bit out the offense, but I think it's still going to come. And Draymond, once again, almost putting up a triple-doubles back-to-back games, 13, 8, and 8. Now, I said this before, their closing lineup is absolutely amazing, having Draymond and now Horford, and that's what they did against this Denver Nuggets team. And having that ability to space the floor and you have to guard everybody, it's tough to beat a team like this, right? And then you have players like Buddy Hield, who went 5 for 13, 1 for 7, but he still has the ability, and you still have to guard him because he's still a good shooter in this league. Gary Payton, who had 12 minutes, put up 6 points, 6 rebounds, and 1 assist. I don't think you realize how hard that is. That's not a lot of minutes, but the impact, the stuff that he brings to this team defensively, offensively, he could play 1 through 4. It's just good. And once again, when you look at quarter by quarter, the Golden State Warriors won the third quarter pretty much identical what they did to the Lakers. 24-33. Nuggets had 24. The Warriors had 33. And so having two star players, having depth, having a lot of young players in Kuminga and Pod stepping into their role and buying in as a team, having a player like Steph Curry who's trying to desperately win his 5th ring. They want to win bad, right? You also still have Moses Moody, who is going to come back, who's going to bring shooting, who's going to bring some type of defense. They can easily go 9-10 deep. And these were the numbers against the Denver Nuggets, right? They shot 51%. They shot 38% from the three-point line, which they got outshot from the field goal percentage, from the three-point percentage, and the free throw percentage. But guess what? They still find a way to win, and that's what matters. They had less turnovers. They had more assists. And it comes down from this guy right here, Stephen Curry. So I understand it's only 2 games into the season. And mind you, I'm not a Golden State Warriors fan. I'm just stating what I'm seeing so far. I'm really excited about what I see. And just look, Jimmy Butler through 2 games, averaging 26 points a game, shooting 65.7 true shooting percentage, right? 96% from the free throw line, where he's getting 12 attempts, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals. And now the Warriors are 24-5 when Butler and Curry play together. People tend to forget Curry got injured last postseason. That's the reason why they didn't win at all. But I'm really high on this team. Obviously, there's still 80 games left to be played, but they're easily one of the best teams in the Western Conference.